Okay, hello. Today is day 4, January 13th. It's Friday. Didn't make a video for yesterday. Sage didn't go to bed until midnight. He was fighting it and the whole night, so I was exhausted as it was and just trying to get him to sleep. And as soon as he fell asleep, I was like, there's no way I'm going to make a video right now because I need to get up in a few hours. It was just not in the cosmos for me to make a video yesterday. I did write in my journal. I always want to make a habit of at least doing one or the other if I can. And I think it's probably preferred to write in a journal as opposed to video vlogging. I don't know why I get that impression, but I do. So there's that. But here I am, day 4. What I did today, what I did differently yesterday was I told you in day 2 video that I was gonna start saying, my vows that Dr. Grant wants us to say daily. I did that yesterday for the first time, and I listened to some of the songs that she recommended, and I felt the change in my whole body once I did that. It was very calming. It was interesting to experiencing that. It's kind of like her prayer or her I guess it's a form of meditation. I don't know what you exactly call it when you think of the silver line that runs from your head and touches all your chakras, and she has your Merkaba or the I think it's Merkaba go through your whole chakras down to the crystal that's in the center of the earth, back up in the middle of Andromeda, or where Source, in the center of Source. So you have that protection. I think practicing that, if you have anxiety or depression, I think by you visualizing all of that, even if you don't believe in spirituality, I feel that if you break that down and you break your thought process, I feel like that really helps take your center from whatever you're freaking out about. Like if you're like, oh my God, this test, or oh my God, this drama, and if you just say no and you think about this and you use that protection, I feel like it's a great way to break your thought process of whatever's causing you anxiety or depression. But especially the double whammies, because it really does work, and it does change your whole aura, your whole everything, your whole energy field. It's amazing stuff, and that's the same how I felt when I was reading the vows. So I was really excited to try that. And the only thing I did differently today was I actually started reading The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's on her recommended or on her required reading list for the course. I have read this book before. I love this book. It's a great book. I had some great laughs in here. All I'm going to say is, that's my pizza. I about died when I read that. If you guys get to that part, that's my favorite part in this whole book because of that. Because I love pizza. And you probably don't know what the heck the context is, but that's okay. You'll get there, because if you're taking this course, you're going to read this book, and yeah. But I love Don Miguel Ruiz and the way that he writes books. It's so simple and so profound, and that's what I'm about. I love it. I loved his 4 Agreements book, and I love this book, so the other, I don't know, I was more drawn to either reading the 4 Agreements again, or The Mastery of Love again as my first read, and I felt that I'm going to go with The Mastery of Love, because I don't have the 4 Agreement books with me. I have the 5th Agreement, and I think that'll suffice, but I don't know, I'm just kind of have to wait and see what I feel. So I didn't get too far into it today. The only time I really had to read it was at work. We had enough downtime, but because I work in an office and there's phones going off and there's people always talking, it was hard to concentrate. I like to concentrate, especially when reading material like this, so I need at least some quiet, some silence. But I have a person in that office that just loves talking. Like, oh my goodness. the ego, analytical mind that always needs to talk, always needs to make an opinion on it, like that's the mind, but into that's he just talks. So it's like I love the guy, but oh my god, sometimes I read a story in here, or the introduction, and what I took from going back to the book and not rambling about my coworker, the introduction in this book, really profound. It is about a guy who sees the master of the village, and everyone, he's like the Buddha of this village. And he goes up to the master and he's just like, look, I don't know if you would go. I just wanted to let you know that, how did he phrase it? I'm going to read it because I feel like I'm not making any sense. Bear with me. Yeah, he goes, I know you are busy and everyone wants your attention. I know you hardly have time to even listen to my words, but my heart is so open and I feel so much love for you that I have the need to invite you to my home. I want to prepare the best meal for you. I don't expect you will accept, but I just had to let you know. The master looked into the man's eyes, and with the most beautiful smile he said, prepare everything. I will be there. Then the master walked away. So the guy goes running off all ecstatic, buys all this lovely food, this lovely wine, even new clothes as a gift to give to the master, gets everything prepared, and he's waiting, and here's at the door, so he goes to the door, and it's this little woman, and she's like, oh, I'm very hungry, do you have anything to eat? He says, well, he's a little upset because it wasn't the master, but he says, yes, come in, he gives her the food. And then he, while she's eating, he gets everything prepared again when she leaves. And then he hears another knock. And it's, he opens the door thinking it's the master. And it's, this stranger who's just like, I'm very thirsty. Do you have anything to drink? He's a little upset that it's not the master. He says, come on in. And he gives the stranger the wine. Once he's done and leaves, he gets everything prepared again. And then he hears another little... Okay, so sorry about that. The knocking threw my dog off, and I don't want her to wake up Sage, because that would really suck. Anyways, so there's a third knock on the door, and it's a little child, and he says, I'm very cold. Do you have any clothes to cover me or a jacket to cover me? And he's like, come on in. And he's a little upset that it's not the master, but he's, I forget. He says something about like his heart opening or something. He just feels so much love for this child. And he says, here, gives him the clothes he was going to give to the master. And the child leaves. Thought my baby woke up. And he then realizes that the master's not gonna come, but he's grateful that the master had even, gave him the time to, invite him, and just, said that he would be there. He said, something must have came up to where it had to take his time away, but he was just grateful for that. So after he cleans up, he goes to bed and he has a dream, but he doesn't realize it's a dream. Or something like that, and then the master comes, I think that's what it says, the master comes in his dream, knocks on the door, and he just says, I'm gonna read this, hold on, okay, slowly he put the food away, he put the wine away, and he went to bed. That night he dreamed the master came to his home. The man was happy to see him, but he didn't know that he was dreaming. Ha, see, I was right. Master, you came, you kept your word. The master replied, yes, I am here, but I was here before. I was hungry and you fulfilled my need for food. I was thirsty and you gave me the wine. I was cold and you covered me with clothes. Whatever you do for others, you do for me. The man woke up and his heart was filled with happiness because he understood what the master had taught him. The master loved him so much that he had sent 3 people to give him the greatest lesson. The master lives within everyone. When you give food to the one who is starving, when you give water to the one who is thirsty, when you cover the one who is cold, you give your love to the master. It's so simple and it's so meaningful, and I just was like, yes, this is what I live for. Reading these kind of texts, I love it. And what I took from that was, from that little reminder is, I feel that helps.